Thanks so much for being with us on the Morning Mix this morning. Now, as promised, we are joined in the studio today by Elijah and his dad, Mark. Now, Elijah is swiftly becoming a local legend for running the Shamrock Shuffle 5K barefoot and finishing very well. Elijah, thanks for coming and taking the time to talk to us in the studio today. Tell us a little bit about how you got started running. Not necessarily started running barefoot, but how long have you been running? What inspired you to just be a runner?
I've been running 3 years, and I guess my older brother started running, and I wanted to run too.
And so I would say maybe part of the reason why you are pretty fast for your age and height is you're kind of running with your older brothers, and you got to try and keep up with them, right? Would you say that's made you better?
Yeah.
Well, what would you say inspired you to take off those shoes and run barefoot? Because I'm sure that when you came to the Shamrock Shuffle 5K and ran barefoot, that was not the first time you had run barefoot. You've been working up to that, right?
Yeah, I guess I'd always walked barefoot in the woods, and I guess I really wanted to run barefoot, and I thought it would be cool. Cool is the word, I would say. Wouldn't you, Misty? Misty Raines, who is in the studio with us also. Misty, you were there at the finish line watching him come across. What did you think when he came across that finish line barefoot?
Well, I didn't notice it at first. I just saw this little tuft of blonde hair just shooting across the finish line. And I noticed him. He's really young. And then I noticed he's not wearing shoes. And I was just like, ooh, yes.
I know. And your dad is with us here, too, Mark. Now, Mark, and you said you are a runner also, and many of your family members are runners, right?
Was a runner. I haven't run probably in 10 years any kind of competition, but yeah, I ran.
But you ran for fun?
Exercise, fun, enjoyment, relaxation, the whole thing. I ran in high school, cross-country track, and just kept going.
So probably the whole family, if we trace them back as to what really got them started as runners, it's inherited from you probably, right?
Well, my wife and I both run. My wife was a basketball player, and she runs for exercise now, and we do whatever we can to stay active.
Do you ever run barefoot?
No.
No? wouldn't feel like taking that challenge on, would you? Now, it's so strange you never know what's going to resonate with people and what's going to inspire people. It was truly, Misty, inspirational when he came across that finish line barefoot.
It was.
The whole place just felt so proud of you, Elijah.
Yeah,
I'm serious.
It's true. And after I made phone calls after I called my mom and dad.
Oh, you were calling everybody.
I did. I called
Facebook blew up.
My mom and dad probably don't even know what a 5K is, but I called them a couple counties over. I said, "Oh my gosh!" And my mom is a huge barefoot advocate.
Not necessarily running.
Not running at all, ever. Right. But she loves to be barefoot, and I knew she would love that story. So I told it, and she said, "Well, honey, that's how a lot of people run." That's what she says.
Well, I knew it was. I was going to do my best to find out who you were, get you on the show, because it was pretty inspirational. Do you have any future plans for running, and particularly running like barefoot? Because I see that barefoot running is sort of turning into it's coming back, I should say, and becoming like a big thing. Do you have interest in maybe doing some kind of big, type of marathon type thing barefoot ever? Or is that just crazy, do you think?
I would like to do that, but I think that would be a very far-off dream.
That's probably true. Because we were talking off the air that in 2012, a woman ran across the width of the United States, over 3,000 miles barefoot, raised a bunch of money for charity. So it's been going on a long time. And you said that there's been a lot more running barefoot than there's been running with shoes.
Well, over the years, you consider the first marathoner was in Greece, and whatever year that was, and he ran barefoot, and they didn't really start running with shoes until somewhere in the 50s and 60s, according to the internet. We looked that up to see, and then there's a whole movement of coming back to barefoot.
Yes, sir. And I also saw that, and we talked about this off the air too, that in the Olympics in 1960, Adidas was providing the shoes for all the runners. One runner from Ethiopia did not have his size, so he was like, I'm just going to run barefoot, wound up winning the gold medal, came back 4 years later, ran with shoes, won the gold medal again, and set a world record. So shoes, optional, you can still win, and you proved that. And out of a field of over 400 people, where did you finish, Elijah?
27th place.
27th place. Out of over 400 people, barefoot, and how tall are you, roughly?
About 4'10".
27th out of 400. It was inspirational, wasn't it, Misty?
It truly was, yes.
Well, again, I really appreciate you coming in and talking to us today. It's been fun, and now I tell you, I would say many people were inspired by it. The whole town is very proud of you, and I think the word is, you used it yourself, I think it was a very cool thing. And I want to say right up, I am not officially involved in any way with Shamrock Shuffle 5K, but I went and got you this Barefoot Champion running trophy.
Thank you.
That is awesome.
I am officially, in my own sense, declaring you the 2016 Barefoot Champion, Elijah. And there's a trophy for you. Mark, it's impossible to find a running trophy where they're not wearing shoes. I learned that this week.
I can imagine it would be hard to see that.
So again, Mark and Elijah, if you saw that happen or if you heard about it, here it is from the horse's mouth. Misty, anything you'd like to say before we wrap up?
Yes, I would also like to say that we just learned that Elijah also plays banjo, and I'm really still impressed by that.
I wish you would have brought some banjo into that.
you guys have some really cool kids. You guys seem really cool families.
His brothers play musical instruments. We have a guitar player, another banjo player, fiddle player. We have a bass, and they
got the whole band.
Well, they play and enjoy the music, but they share that too. Thursday evenings they go and play at a nursing home near us and share gospel tunes with them. Yeah.
Well, that is
and Elijah's working up to that.
That is awesome. Elijah, one more question. Would you say you're faster barefoot or with shoes?
Faster barefoot.
Faster barefoot. Would you have any advice for people who are thinking about trying running barefoot? Avoid briar patches, anything like that?
I don't know.
Not necessarily. Just do it, huh?
Yeah.
Start out slow on soft ground so that you can get the toughness built into your feet, and then run on to that.
Well, again, Mark and Elijah, the 2016 Barefoot Champion. Thanks so much for taking the time to come in and talk to us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.